Good day. How are you? My name is Isilfi Taylor, founder and creator of the Taylor Method, president of Taylor Insurance and Financial Services. How you guys doing today? Hope you're doing well. You know how I'm doing today? Today is the best day of my life. I say that every single day. Anytime somebody asks me how I'm doing, I say it's the best day of my life. Did you know that every night, 1 million people around the world go to bed each night and don't wake up the next day? So the fact that I'm here today, the fact that you're here today watching me, we're already ahead of the game. This title of this presentation is Failure is Not an Option. I sit before you today, arguably the biggest failure you have ever met in your entire life. Every way you can lose a deal, every way you can have a case fall apart, right? I think I've experienced. You see, I don't believe in winning and losing. I believe in winning and learning, right? And the idea is that we just get a little bit better every single day. So my story, you know, I had a dream. I've spent over 22 years in this business, and I started in this industry at 22 years old with one simple, modest dream at that time, and that was to become a millionaire by the time I was 25. Right? So I figured 3 years was ample time to get there, right? But my father was a doctor. My mother was a government employee, so there was no business, there was no entrepreneurial path laid out for me. I had to figure it out on my own, right? So as I was graduating college, I figured it'd be a good idea to get a mentor, find somebody who can show me the path, see what it takes to be successful, not only in this business, but in life in general. So I met a really successful guy in my community, multi-millionaire, and I asked him if he'd come to my school, have lunch with me, allow me to pick his brain, right? And get some insights from him. So he agreed. So we're at lunch, and he's telling me his story and telling me how he amassed his wealth, and I'm engaged and listening to him. And after a few minutes, he starts asking me questions about myself, things I'm doing, what I want to accomplish, right? And he goes, you know what, kid? He goes, you're gonna be big one day. And I'm like, oh my God. He goes, you're gonna be really special. I'm like, oh my God, he sees it too. And he said, if you work hard for 30 or 40 years, you're gonna be somebody. I said, check, please. Right? You can't tell a 22-year-old they have to work twice as long as they've been alive to be successful. That did not resonate with me. And by chance, I found my way into this wonderful world of financial services, and immediately I took to it. I gravitated to it because I realized early on we're not paid for our age or our tenure. We're paid for our work ethic and our aptitude. What you put into this business is what you will get out of this business, no doubt. I like to say in this industry, there's two types of people. There's new people and successful people. And what we're going to talk about today, what I'm going to help guide you, give you the path to transition from not only surviving in this business, but thriving. So my story, I started at a big firm right out of college, a national firm, as a financial advisor, and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know anything about insurance. I didn't know anything about investments. I didn't know anything about financial planning at all, right? But I was young, I was impressionable, I was coachable, and I was told this. I was told advisors that take a minimum of 10 applications a month, they do the best. They that's the gold standard in this industry, and I'm a competitor, I'm an athlete, so I was up for the challenge. Okay, 10 a month is a standard, right? My first month in the business, I submitted over 10 applications. My second month, over 10 applications. Third, fourth, fifth, 6 straight months, every single month, over 10 applications every month. So I'm off to a pretty good start, right? Now my 7th month, I run into a little bit of a snag. I have 7 applications in with 1 business day to go. Don't worry, I had a meeting that night, husband, wife, child, okay, cutting it close, but I can get to my 10 a month, right? So I get to their house, walk up to the door, knock on the door, boom, 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 right? No one's answering the door, right? So I knock a little louder, boom, 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 right? Still nothing, right? And so now I'm looking through the blinds, right? Are they in there? Are there shadows? Are they just ducking me? Just not answering the door, right? So I pick up my cell phone. This is back in 2000, so my cell phone was bigger back then. So I pick up my cell phone, right? Dial the home number. Phone rings, goes to voicemail. They're not home, right? They forgot about me. Now, if I can take you back, remember at the start of your career when you wouldn't call to confirm your appointments? For fear when you would call to confirm, they would cancel on you, so you would just show up, right? Well, that's what I did that night, and it didn't work for me, right? They forgot. So dejected, I walk back to my car and I sit down and I'm racking my brain, right? I'm like, okay, who else can I call? What else can I do? And this is it. I'm new in the business. There was no plan B. There was no contingency. All my eggs were in this basket. And then a thought went through my mind. I said, you know what? Dude, they live here and they have to come home sometime, right? But I didn't want to be creepy and wait out front. So I drove around the corner, parked my car. And 5 minutes became 10 minutes, became 30 minutes, became an hour. And I remember literally reclining my seat back and looking up at the stars. And I said to myself, this family is going to come home tonight. I'm going to go in that house and I'm going to take 3 applications and I'm going to get to my 10 a month. And one day, many years from now, I'm going to be telling this very story to a room full of people and it's going to be amazing. And no sooner than that thought went through my mind did the couple pull into the driveway. Now I wanted to give them a couple minutes to get in and get settled, right? So I waited a bit, drove back up to the house, boom, 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 knocked on the door again. Wife answers the door. Hey, Sophie, did we have a meeting tonight? Did I forget? I said, don't worry about it. I was in the area. You're here, I'm here. Let's just meet. I went in the house that night. I took those 3 applications. I got to my 10 a month. So here's my question for you. How many of you, if we're in the same situation, if you went to your client's house, right, and for an appointment and they weren't there, would have just simply gone home, right? How many of you would have done what I did that night and gone stalker mode and waited out front for them? Right? Now you laugh, right? But think about it. Everyone wants to be great. Everyone wants to be great until they see exactly what it takes. I've got 3 daughters. 3 daughters. My oldest now is 15, and I've got twins who are 12. Right? I used to pray to God that He'd send girls to hang all over me. He took me literally. So I've got 3 of them. Right? And they teach me lessons. Right? And I have the opportunity to teach them lessons. And one of the things that I've had an encounter with my oldest daughter here recently is she's gotten upset about the way some things are going in her life, right? So things that she actually controls. And I said to her, Naya is her name, Naya, you cannot be upset about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. You cannot be upset about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. You see, we all claim to want to be successful, but are you willing to do what it takes, right? The work, right? To be successful. One of the things I say all the time, right? the harder I work, the luckier I seem to get. So when we look at this, and I'm so humbled when I look at the trajectory of my career. 22 years I've been in this business. Can you believe that? I look young, right? Black don't crack. But 22 years I've been in this business and started out okay. I think I made $52,000, my first year in business, and did a little bit better and better and better and better. And last year I did over $3 million of revenue. So how did I go from making $50,000 a year to $50,000 a week? Sometimes $50,000 a day, right? And if you look at my career, from MDRT to court of the table to top of the table, there's 1,500 top of the table qualifiers in the entire world, and I'm one of them. Thanks. This all leads me to my 2015 launch of the Taylor Method, right? The Taylor Method, quite simply, is the culmination of my career's triumphs and failures. Everything that I do, everything that I've learned, everything that I say, I've put online for you. You're welcome. But I am truly trying to be what I wish I had, right? What I wish I had, a mentor, right? And one of the things that really hits home for me, and when I'm speaking to my counterparts such as yourself, is that I did it and I do it. I did it and I do it. Right? And I'm here to tell you today, I'm not special. I'm not better than you. I'm not smarter than you, but I am resilient. And the key differentiator between those who fall off in this business and who ultimately become successful is not a matter of aptitude, it's a matter of attitude, right? And so you have to make sure that your mindset is in the right place. So we have to seize the opportunity. What does this mean? You know, globally, I find this issue, and here in the United States is no different than where you are, that most people are underinsured. In my estimation, I believe it's like 90 some odd % of people are underinsured. And when you think about it, most people agree, right, that they should have life insurance. They should. Yet statistically, nearly 40% of people don't have it at all. And one of the things I say when I'm coaching in my Taylor method is I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be better than what you have, right? And if you have nothing, I'm pretty confident I can beat nothing, right? And so this is the opportunity that we have, right, to touch people. Because the last time I checked, none of us are getting out of here alive. It's not a matter of, oh, well, you know, not me, or I'm not going to use it, or life insurance, nah. No, it's for all of us, right? At some point, you think about it. We buy life insurance. We do this planning because we love someone, right? We love ourselves, right? We want policies that accumulate cash for us, the greed, right? Or we want to protect and provide for our loved ones, right? But it's something that we all must have and should plan for, right? And it's our job to get out, shake people up, and get them not only to think about that, but to more importantly take action. In the United States alone, there's a $15.3 trillion unmet life insurance need. $15.3 trillion. And I'm doing my damnedest, guys, to write as much as I can, but I need help. I'm tired. I'm tired, right? So we must seize the opportunity. If you look here at the image on the screen, this is from the movie Forrest Gump. And for those of you who have not seen the movie Forrest Gump, in this movie, he embarks upon this journey of being a shrimp boat captain, right? Thinks that'd be a good idea, right? And there's a lot of competition out there. So he's casting his net, pulling up his net, and he's pulling up maybe a couple shrimp at a time. He's not doing well, right? He's second guessing that choice. Perhaps like many of you who came into this business and thought, yeah, this will be a good idea, right? And you're casting your net and you're not pulling up much, right? But if you recall in the movie, there was a big storm that came through his area and knocked out all of the other boats in the area with the exception of his. Then being a shrimp boat captain was kind of easy. Every time he'd cast his net, he'd pull up bountiful loads of shrimp. And this, my friends, this is the position we're in. Let's think about the factors at hand. What is happening to our industry globally right now? It's shrinking, right? There are fewer advisors, right, in this business because the rate of retirement, advisors are retiring, and there aren't as many new advisors coming in. So the fewer advisors, what's happening to the global population? Well, it's growing, right? So there's fewer advisors, population's growing. In the United States alone, there's an estimated $41 trillion of wealth that's going to transfer from this generation to the next. So let me get this straight. There's fewer people that do what we do, more people than ever, more money than ever. I like my chances. I like your chances. You just have to get out there and see the people. Right? And as much as I tout my Taylor method and believe in its value, it's just really about getting out there and working, right? A broken clock is right twice a day, right? Think about it. A clock that's broken 2 times a day, it's going to be right. So just by being out there, just by connecting with people, just by sharing with people, you're going to have success because there are far too many people. There are far too many people that have no insurance that need to plan and way too much money for them to spend, right? To not succeed if you will get out there and do the work. Life insurance in your mindset. Permanent life insurance is the only insurance product you buy that I guarantee you will use. And when you think about it, the amount of money people spend on car insurance or homeowners insurance or liability insurance, programs they may or may not use, Permanent life insurance has a 100% utilization rate. One or two things is happening for sure. You're gonna pull money out of that policy or die, 100%. And if you're willing to spend thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars a year on all of these other forms of insurance that you may or may not use, doesn't it make sense to buy the one form of insurance you're guaranteed to use? Just saying. Relaying the value proposition. Who needs who? Here's what I want you guys to understand. Anytime you do a deal, that commission, that revenue represents maybe 1% of your income. Yet the work that you do, the life insurance, the financial plans you do for your clients represent 100% of their or their family's future income. Who needs who? So understand this. No one is doing you a favor when they allow you to come into their home. No one is doing you a favor when they go into your office. You are doing them a favor. When I come into my office, if I've got a client in the lobby, I literally come into the lobby with my hand out like, it's okay, my child, I'm here now. Come, I'll hold you. Right? We are providing solutions to protect their family in the face of death, disability, right? Long-term care needs, retirement. We are set apart. Understand that. Legacy, your great-grandfather. Show of hands, who can tell me their great-grandfather's name? Great-grandfather's name. For those of you who don't know, you want to know why you don't know who your great-grandfather is? It's because you weren't left anything. If your last name was Rockefeller, right, or Kennedy, right, you would know. Good old Uncle Charlie, right? He was a good man, right? And that's the power of the work that we do. We sell instant legacies in a box. With an application and check for first month's premium, we can literally create multi-million-dollar estates. How powerful is that? That's better than any lotto ticket you could ever buy, because it's guaranteed to work. It's guaranteed to pay. Focus on being a problem solver rather than a product seller. This one right there, that changed my life. Right? People ask, oh, what product do you have today? What do you want to sell me today? I say, I don't sell products. I solve problems. What do you need? Right? What do you need? Let's imagine for a moment here that this clicker in my hand was a hammer. Okay? And I've got this nice hammer. It's got a stainless steel finish and a nice head, right? And rubber grip. Do you want to buy this hammer from me? Many of you are probably saying, no, not really, right? Because I'm selling you a product. Imagine that I went into your home. You invited me into your home, and I'm looking. It's a beautiful home that you have here, but I couldn't help but notice you have a hole in the wall right here, right? And it's rainy season, and if rain gets in this hole, you can get mold in this hole, and it could compromise this entire structure. How does that make you feel? Pretty bad, huh? I happen to have a hammer. And with this hammer, I can fix that hole in the wall. Do you want this hammer now? You see, we want to focus on solving problems and not selling products. I need to let the people know. You need to let the people know this is the problem that exists. Right? It's not about, right? It's not about, again, the hammer, right? Number 5, people buy life insurance for one of two reasons, need or greed. I gave you the need, right? And I'm going to give you actually my need-based sale, right? Please write this down. 3 simple questions. 3 simple questions. Question number 1. If you didn't come home tomorrow, what would happen to your family? If you didn't come home tomorrow, what would happen to your family? Question number 2, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Question number 3, how much money can you comfortably set aside each month to solve this problem? My need-based close, guys, 3 questions. I'll put myself in this scenario. If I didn't come home tomorrow, what would happen to my family with my 3 daughters? Geez, it'd be horrible. They'd be devastated. How does that make me feel? Makes me feel inadequate, makes me feel nervous. How much money can I comfortably set aside every month to solve this problem? I don't know, $500 a month. Okay? It doesn't matter whether I say $500, $200, $1,000, $50. I have a sale. You have a sale. Because in those three questions, I've disturbed them, I've got them to think, and given you a premium commitment, right? So my need-based sale, those three questions. Yeah, but Sophie, how do you ascertain, how do you calculate the amount of life insurance someone should have? Quite simply, my need-based sale. Take the amount of money someone would want their family to have on an annual basis if they weren't around, right? And multiply it by 20. So if my family needed $100,000 a year to pay all the bills and maintain their standard of living, 100,000 times 20 is $2 million. That's my number. Why? Because a 5% payout rate, 5% on $2 million would generate $100,000 a year of income in perpetuity. Quite simple. And so in my mind, if I have that conversation 3-4 times a day with people, it's not unreasonable that one of the three, one of the four are going to go, yeah, that makes sense, and I can afford $100, $200, $500 a day. And if you do that every single day, you'll be MDRT. You'll be quarter of the table. You'll be top of the table. It's just consistency. Now, the greed-based sale is a little different, a bit more involved. This is where I sell life insurance as an asset class. You see, when you have a need-based sale, what do people typically want? They want the biggest benefit they can get for the least premium, right? Whereas in a greed-based sale, I actually want to cram the most premium dollars I can into the smallest policy. I want to maximize the internal rate of return in the policy to in turn maximize what I can draw out down the road. Right? So it's kind of the same thing, right? What's nice about life insurance, it's what I call a non-correlated asset class. What does that mean? Non-correlated asset class. Non-correlated means not tied to. It's free of stock market risk, real estate risk, business risk. So quite simply, of the money that you're saving for your future, how much of this money do you not want to lose? Well, all of it, half of it, 20% of it, doesn't matter, right? How much of your money do you want growing free of stock market risk, real estate risk, business risk? I don't care how aggressive someone is, how much risk they're willing to take. There's always an amount, there's always a sum of money people don't want subject to risk. And that's what I want, right? And so that's the difference, need-based sale versus greed-based sale, right? Again, I don't sell products, I solve problems. What are you trying to accomplish? And then I've got the solution for you. Life insurance is sold, not bought. What do I mean by that? Nobody wakes up in the morning like, you know what I'm gonna do today? I think I'm gonna get some life insurance, long-term care, reallocate my investment portfolio. No one does that. People know they should plan. People know they need to protect. People know they need to accumulate for the future. Yet they don't do it. They procrastinate, right? I long for the day that I come to my office with a line of people around the corner waiting for me to open, right? When are you opening? I want insurance, I want investments, right? It's not gonna happen. It's incumbent upon us. It's my charge, it's your charge to get out there and talk to the people, be there for the people. Highlight the value proposition, not the product itself. Oh, is this life insurance? Oh, no, I don't like life insurance. I mean, you don't have to like it, right? Is this life insurance? Oh no, I don't believe in life insurance. Well, it's not a religion. Let me ask you a question. Do you like tax-deferred growth? I like tax-deferred growth. Do you like tax-free income? Oh yeah, I like tax-free income. You like a non-correlated asset class integrated into your investment portfolio? Oh yeah, that sounds nice. What is that? Right? So highlight the value proposition, similar to what I was saying with the hammer. Highlight what these products do, the problems they solve, the issues they address, more so than the product itself. You see, my friends, this is what I call a drowning man's issue. What does that mean, drowning man's issue? You're in the ocean, in a boat that's tipped over, and you're flailing away for your life, and I come by in a lifeboat with a life preserver. Do you care if that life preserver is yellow, green, orange, pink? No, right? You just want me to throw it to you. And that is the position our clients are in. They're in no position to tell you they don't like what you have, because if they don't take what you have, they drown, right? And no one wants to drown. Tale of two widows, right? I've been in this business 22 years. By a show of hands, how many of you have delivered a death claim before? The business changes at that point, right? And of those of you who have delivered a death claim, have you ever given, right, that beneficiary a check and thought to yourself, man, I think I gave them too much money? On the contrary, what did you think? right? She's, I wish I wrote more. And I've been at funerals where there's no planning, right? No life insurance. Widow, front pew, slumped over, dress wrinkled, hair disheveled, crying, inconsolable, mascara running down her face. And you're looking like, geez, wow, this is horrible. I wish I could do something, but we can't. I've also been at funerals where the planning was impeccable. Estate plan was locked in, plenty of life insurance. Widow was also in the front pew of the church, but she's sitting up, dresses pressed, hair's in a bun, handkerchief. Right? You see, there's a peace and a dignity there, right? Because the planning was done. You see, we cannot replace fathers. We cannot replace mothers. We cannot replace husbands or wives. But we can make sure that the money that they would have otherwise brought to the table will be there. So important. So the Taylor method, I've talked a lot about it. What is it? Real simple. Four pillars. First, we have the approach. What do I say to get in front of people? The key. Second, the fact find. When you're in front of these people, what questions do you ask to get them to open up? Third, the opportunity. Within the way they've answered those questions, where's the opportunity to get the sale? And lastly, the close, the call to action. What do I say to get people to write checks? You see, we're all in this industry and we all have access to pretty much the same products, life insurance, investment products, and the like. So if all of our products are about the same and the pricing is about the same, why then do some advisors do better than others? And you see, in my mind, it comes down to two things: process and language. Process and language. And that's what the Taylor method is about. So look, we want to do three things, right? We want to increase productivity. We want to see more people, right? And people say, what do I do for a living? I say, I shake hands and kiss babies. That's what I do. I want to be productive. I want to be out there. We want more productivity, right? We want to write bigger cases, right? We want to write bigger cases, bigger deals, double, triple, quadruple the face amount of coverage you're writing. And we want to write more business. We don't want to write one policy, two policies, three policies a month. We want to write 1, 2, 3 a day, right? And that's what we're about. That's what we teach in the Taylor method. We want to leave it to chance. What does that mean? See, you got to be courageous. Fight the good fight, right? Those that think they can do something and those that think they cannot do something are both usually right. You must be courageous. H, hard work. Secret to my success. Hard work is undoubtedly undefeated, right? Undefeated. It's amazing how lucky you get again when you work hard. A, aptitude. You must take the time to improve your skill, to sharpen your saw, to master your craft. N, no excuses. Oh, but my sales manager did this. Oh, but my partner did this. Oh, but my wife did this. Oh, but my client did this. No excuses. We all have something going on in our life, and I get it. But Sylvie, you don't understand. You know, my husband or my wife or my sales manager or my partner, right? Or my kids or my clients. Yeah. There's always something. I get it. But you must press on in spite of. Push forward. C, character. Your character must be beyond reproach. You see, in this business, guys, we sell an intangible product. We sell ideas. We sell peace of mind. So ultimately, your clients are buying you. Your character must be beyond reproach. How do you know that your clients are buying you? Have you ever met with a client, literally taken an application, and they're writing a check and they ask you, hey, to whom is the check payable? Who do I pay? That lets you know they bought you. The care is of no consequence, right? The product is of no consequence. They're buying you. They're buying into their belief that you can help them. That's so important. E, expectation. Expect people to see you. Expect them to open up on your fact finding. Expect them to buy. Again, if you don't believe in what you do, if you do not believe in the value, if you do not believe people should follow your direction, then they're not going to. You see, for me, it's not just the words that matter. It's how those words are delivered with belief and conviction. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. You never know how close you are to your goal. Swing away. Swing away. Right? I made a promise to myself at the start of my career. I'll never look back one day at my life and say, what if? Right? Go. So I'd rather try something. I'd rather try something. I'd rather work towards something and fail miserably rather than give up, right? Keep pressing forward. The most successful people in life are simply those who can endure the most pain, who push on in spite of. Success is at your fingertips. You just need to reach out and grab it. Go take it. Now, many of you are waiting to be given a chance. See, Sylvie, I cannot wait to be given a chance. But you see, my friends, you'll never be given a chance in this life. You take chances. You see, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you continue to prospect the way that you're prospecting, go through your client meetings the way you're going through your client meetings, right? Present your solutions the way you're presenting them, and think that your business is just going to miraculously double, triple over time. What are you? Insane. You must do something different. In life, you are green or you are brown. You are growing or you are dying. There is no staying the same. We must always look to get better and improve and change. And that's exactly what the Taylor Method is. It represents that change, right? And so we're on a variety of social media platforms, from Instagram to LinkedIn to Facebook and the like. Obviously, Taylor Method is out there, taylormethod.com. Everything I do, everything that I say, everything that I've learned is there for you. And I want to be a continued resource and blessing to help you get to the highest levels of success that you can achieve. Thank you so much for your time today.